Thank you. Okay, if I could have everyone's attention, please. Note that it's 6 p.m. and we're meeting for the ordinary council meeting of 22nd of September 2025. We have the mayor is potentially an apology, and the deputy mayor, mayor and deputy mayor are both representing the city at a variety of meetings at the WALGA, WA Local Government Association conference, which is happening Monday through Wednesday this week. We don't like to have our presiding member online, so I would like to request a nomination from an elected member to take on the role of presiding member for this meeting, please. And then if there are multiple nominees, then we will do a vote. Is there anyone that would be interested? Councillor Furlong, anyone else?
Second that. No.
You second that nomination. So I believe we need a formal resolution as to who's going to be the presiding member. Was there any other nominees? No. Could I have a mover and a seconder for that, for the motion for Councillor Furlong to be the presiding member? So that's moved by Councillor Waterstrom-Muller and seconded by Councillor Nunn. Are there anyone opposing that motion? Okay, I'll call that carried. And Councillor Furlong, over to you.
Thank you. So I'll start by firstly acknowledging the traditional owners of our people on which on whose land we are gathered here tonight. And I would like to notify everyone this is live streamed and a recording of the meeting will be made. We have an apology from Mayor Scott, potentially.
We do have an apology from Mayor Scott at this stage, yeah.
And we have Councillor Swapper, Councillor Simpson and Councillor Gillum online, and we have all other councillors present here in the room. And we have staff member Warren online, and all of the directors are here present.
Great, thank you.
Emma's online too.
Emma's too.
Oh, sorry, Emma. Sorry, the director for Leadership Experience.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah. Let's say Councillor Landers.
So moving on to item 3, public question time. Do we have any public questions? Thanks, Annabelle.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Annabelle from Pegs Creek. I think that's our standard that we have to open with. In March this year, I put forward a motion regarding weed management in the city of Karratha, or improved weed management. I was just wondering if the city could give me an update on how the motion is progressing, when we should expect some final outcomes, and just making sure that someone is monitoring that motion.
Thanks, Annabelle. Unfortunately, I've just returned from leave this afternoon, so I might need to take it on notice to find out the latest. But just to provide you with some reassurance, all of the motions that go through council are logged and monitored, and so it absolutely will be in train. But let me take that question on notice, and then I'll provide you with a written response as to the current status. And appreciate your question.
Thank you. Moving on to item number 4, petitions, deputations and presentations, which I don't believe we have any this evening.
That's right.
Item number 5 is requests for leave of absence. Do we have any councillors? Let's say Councillor Simpson, Councillor Roots, or Councillor Johansson are the only 3. Yeah. And item number 6 is declaration of interest. Do we have, councillors, any declarations, financial, partial, proximal tonight?
None received.
Item number 7 is confirmation of minutes and business arising from minutes of previous meeting, and the officer's recommendation that the minutes of the ordinary council meeting held on the 25th August be confirmed to be true and a correct record of proceedings. And I have somebody please to That's this motion. And a second. Councillor Muller passed it and Councillor Roots seconded. Anyone against the motion? No, that motion is carried. Item number 8 is announcement of persons presiding without discussion. There is a list of all the mayor's meetings, but he's not here in attendance. I would like to take a moment, please, if I could, just firstly to acknowledge Councillor Nunn and Councillor Waters from Muller. 8 years of commitment to the community is a fantastic achievement, and we are all incredibly proud of what you have brought to council for your communities right across from Dampier right through to Point Sampson. So thank you. And for me personally, it was wonderful to have you ladies as mentors and a fantastic shining example. So thank you very much. I think everyone agrees you're a credit to yourselves and to our community. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Well done.
Did you?
Yes, obviously Councillor Nunn and myself, it's our last official meeting. Obviously we're still councillor till the 18th of October, till we are no longer council, but it has been a lovely journey, and we just got a small token to present. We'll give it to the CEO because the mayor is here. So I'll come give it to you.
Thank you.
There's a nice little on the back, and nice little thanks. Listen carefully.
For those at home, do you want me to open it?
Yes, yeah, you can open it and read the back if you like.
I'll open it. All
And
right.
read the back of the item.
I'll open it on behalf of the mayor. Bailey's is not here. The okay. Deputy. Yes, normally the other way around. We give the gifts to the people who are leaving rather than.
Yeah, can you grab it? It's not smart. Yeah, bring. Yeah, can you do that?
All right. But, I think I know this. It's a clock.
It's a clock. Yeah. You were thinking of missing the old one. We thought it was the first time we had a new one. And you can have a read it.
We've got a beautiful clock. And it says here, every hour etched on this clock reflects the quiet dedication of the City of Karratha's councillors who give their time, wisdom and heart to guide our community towards its vision, the place we are proud to call home, gifted by outgoing councillors Joan Waters from Muller and Kelly Nunn in September 2025. So that's beautiful. Thank you very much. And it's a silent sweeping movement.
It is, so you can't hear it. We won't know you.
Yeah, not like the one I've got in my office, which exhibits every actually joins the meeting because it's so loud. So thank you. That's a really beautiful gift and appreciate it.
Thank you very much. Also in this announcement by person presiding with that discussion, the council elections are on, and I've got the CEO would like to deliver a message.
Yes, so I asked the presiding member if I could just make a statement. So as you're all aware, the election process for the City of Karratha is underway. 12 wonderful candidates have put their names forward, and I would like to thank all of them for running for council and wish them the best of luck. But stepping forward to go through an election process is a really confronting and thing to do. It takes a lot of courage and bravery to put yourself out there. And so I really thank people for doing that, and also offer my support to them while they're going through this process. We're a much richer community for having good quality candidates. And the other thing I just wanted to ask all councillors and candidates is to remember that we do expect and request courtesy, respect and fairness in the way that we undertake our elections. We have a really fantastic reputation for running excellent elections here. The way I like to describe it is that we play the ball, not the man, using the sporting analogy. Let's debate the ideas. Let's bring fresh thinking to the table, but respect that every person who's stepping forward is doing so with good intention and to try and do the right thing by their community. we, all of the councillors, candidates, and candidates are required to follow the code of conduct. And a copy of that code of conduct is on our website. If there are candidates, council members, or members of the public who believe that the code of conduct has not been complied with, then there is a complaints process which is outlined on our website. I'm sure we won't need it. I haven't had any complaints in previous election rounds, and I've gone through 2 now. So, as I said, we've got a really good reputation there. But once again, thank you to everyone who is putting themselves forward. And I look forward to the election process is run by the WA Electoral Commission. Code of conduct breaches sits with the CEO, but the Electoral Commission will run the actual election process, and I look forward to seeing who the successful candidates are, and wish everyone the best. So thank you. That's it. Thanks, Presiding Member.
Thank you, CEO. So moving on to item number 10, corporate and commercial reports. 9.1 statement of period ending 31st of July 2025, and the officer's recommendation that council receive the financial statements for the financial period ending 31st of July 2025 as shown in attachments 1 to 4. Can I have somebody to move this motion, please? Councillor Johansson, and second. Councillor Swaffer. Anyone against the motion? No. This motion is, do we need to talk? Would you like me to talk? Talk?
You can ask, yeah, you can ask the those putting the motions for.
Yeah. Councillor Johansson, do you want to speak to the motion? No. Councillor Swaffer, do you want to speak to the motion?
No, that's fine, Councillor Fallon, thank you.
No, thank you. That motion has passed. So 9.2 is a list of payments, 1st of July 2025 to the 31st of July 2025. And the officer's recommendation that council receive the list of payments totaling 20,546,074.77 as detailed in attachments 1, 2, and 3. Can I have someone to move the motion, please? Councillor Muller, and to second it? Councillor Johansson. Anyone against the motion? Councillor Muller, would you like to speak to the motion?
It's just great to see we're supporting local businesses again, and thanks to the staff for answering our questions from the briefing minutes provided. Thank you.
Motion is passed. Item 9.3 is investments for period ending 31st of July 2025. And the officer's recommendation the council receive the investment report for the financial period ending 31st of July 2025. Can I have someone to move the motion, please? Councillor Nunn, and someone to second it. Councillor Roots, is anybody against it? Councillor Nunn, would you like to speak to the motion?
I'm all good, thank you.
Motion has passed. .4 is audit and organisational risk committee minutes from August 2025, and the officer's recommendation that council receive the minutes of the audit and organisational risk committee meeting held on the 11th of August 2025. Can I have someone move the motion, please? Councillor Gillum, thank you. And second is Councillor Simpson. Is anybody against? Would you like to speak to the motion, Councillor Gillum?
No, thank you, Councillor Fallon. All good.
Motion has passed. Item number 10 is community experience reports. There are no community experience reports. Item number 11 is development services report. 11.1 is the draft emissions profile and emissions reduction plan 2025 request to tender. And the officer's recommendation is 1, that council agree to advertise the draft emissions profile and emissions reduction plan 2025 for public comment for a 3-week period commencing after caretaker period. And 2, that council request administration present a summary of public comment back to council in December 2025, along with the final emission profile and emissions reduction plan 2025. Can I have someone move the motion, please? Thank you. Councillor Waterson-Muller, and second, Councillor Johansson. Is there anybody against this motion? No? Councillor Waterson-Muller, would you like to speak to the?
Yes, just thank you to the staff for putting this together, and I believe there's some more staff in the gallery today. So thank you so much for your time and efforts that went into this. And I just think it's fantastic. I know it's with local governments reforms that we're trying to achieve net zero by 2050. And I think it's fantastic the local government have taken that on to try and meet new heights for ourselves. If that isn't a recommendation for local governments to do so at the moment. And I just think it'd be great with electrifying our fleet and putting in more solar on our infrastructure that we own, and upgrading our waste management to make emissions lower for the city of Karratha. So it'd be good what the public think as well and get some feedback from them.
Would you like to add to that, Councillor Johansson?
Just to the point that I think it's good to see that it's going to go out for public comment. It'll be interesting to see what the public comes back and thinks about it.
True. Thank you. So that item has passed. So 11.2 is Pilbara Gaming Development Economic Development Grant Funding Proposal. And the officer's recommendation that council approve grant funding to the Pilbara Gaming Development Pty Ltd to the Parliament Alpha, $20,000 excluding GST. Do I have someone who will move the motion, please? Sir Waterson-Muller, and seconded.
I did send through an alternate on that motion.
Yes, yeah, I did receive that late today, so I think you've got the motion on the table now. Is that correct?
Do a seconder to get it onto the table, and then we can. So Councillor Swapper, a second on the table. So now the item is on the table. So you have an alternate or an amendment, Councillor?
An alternate.
You want to? Do we? So we now need to actually have a. You're going to move your alternate, and we need a seconder to get it onto the table.
Apologies, I'm just picking up what you were suggesting, Councillor Johansson. You're suggesting this is an alternate,
Yeah.
which means that it was sit over the top of the
Yeah, so
officer's
it would have gone
recommendation,
first.
and that it would be considered first,
Yeah.
is what you're suggesting. I'm just, so is the, can I just ask why it's an alternate as opposed to an amendment? Because I think I haven't seen the document in detail. So I think it just came through late this afternoon.
It could be an amendment. It's just changing the amount.
Yeah,
Realistically.
so the substantive nature of the motion looks similar. Would that be a fair comment? And you're proposing to change the grant amount. Is that
Yeah.
correct? So my suggestion would be that that's an amendment as opposed to an alternate, but that's the decision of the presiding member.
Well, I think it is an amendment because the only aspect of it is that's changing is the financial aspect.
Yeah.
But the substantive is the same.
So Councillor Gillan, I think we can deal with it then as an alternate, and I think Councillor Johansson, you're comfortable with that as a way forward?
Yeah.
No.
So we still need to get it onto the table.
Well, I think now you need to do with the alternate because we do have the substantive. Oh, sorry, it's an amendment. Beg your pardon. Yeah.
But we still need to get it onto the table. So I need someone to present the amendment and then someone to second it. So if that's someone who would move the amendment. That's it. Councillor, yeah, and someone to second the amendment.
Can we just confirm the amount? Sorry, yeah, but actually stating what the
33,750 was the follow-up.
is that inclusive or exclusive?
If we get it onto the table, then we can discuss.
I
Maybe
think-
suspend standing orders, but we need to get it onto the
Just
table.
confirming what the amendment is.
Yeah, that's right. We're just not going to.
Excluding.
So just to confirm with you, councillor Johansson, the alternate is is the same as the officer's recommendation, but the grant amount has changed from 20,000 excluding GST. And what was the figure that you wanted to insert there as a
33,750.
33,750 excluding GST?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's your amendment. So councillor Gillen, that's the amendment that's been proposed to council.
So we still need a seconder to get it onto the table. So do I have someone to second it?
I'm happy to discuss it. But
So
it doesn't mean I am
No, that's
for or against it, but I'm happy for it to get on the table so that we can have a discussion.
yes,
However, I think we'll have to go behind closed doors too, because it's discussing the financial component, which are confidential
Okay.
documents.
that's a good point. So will we suspend standing orders, because we have questions, because it did come before us at 4 o'clock this afternoon. So we haven't, we need to be able to ask questions of councillor Johansson.
So now
Why?
you've got a mover and a seconder, it's now on the table.
Okay.
So it's now up to you as to how you'd like to debate that, councillor Gillen.
Well,
Yeah, sorry. Sorry.
so I do think we need.
I've only just got first day back from leave. I can't even get anyone's names right today.
I do recommend that we suspend standing orders. Do we need to go behind closed doors?
As long as we're not discussing anything to do with the documents that are
It's all
confidential. So
it's all financial discussion.
What
Just
I want to
ask-
bring up would be confidential because it's based on 11.2, the attachment, which is confidential.
So we leave that to the
Oh.
end then. And
Well, actually, maybe not. No, it is.
Directors, if councillors are seeking to debate the grant amount, in your view, is that a confidential matter? Would you be recommending that as confidential?
Through the chair, I think it would depend on the extent of the discussion.
Yeah.
The attachments have been put under confidential cover because they contain business information. However, I am certainly able to disclose what the grant request was. I don't think that would breach any business confidentiality associated with the proposal.
It's up to you, councillor Gillen, if you're getting feedback. That's fell on. I did it again, sorry.
Maybe we do it behind closed doors, but we move it to the end of the agenda. We can go through business, the rest of the business now. And
Thank
we
you.
discuss it. Would that be all right?
Thanks, yeah. Just so that I give you the right name for the rest of the meeting. Sorry. Oh dear, not my brightest spark today. So I just wanted to confirm, given that it's already on the table, can we
You can go behind
Can we
camera if
go-
you want to, yeah.
can we hold that item over to the end?
Can do, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, just need to resolve that that's the case.
A resolution to move it to the end of the meeting?
So we can have someone, thank you, councillor Rowan, I will second that, so we'll move aside with councillor Rhodes. Anybody against moving it to the back end of the meeting? No. So that's resolved to move to the last item of the agenda.
Sorry, who moved?
Councillor Nunn and councillor Rhodes.
Okay.
Number 12, projects and infrastructure report. Item 12.1 is draft waste management and resource recovery strategy 2025 to 2035. And the officer's recommendation that council, 1, agree to advertise the draft waste management and resource recovery strategy 2025 to 2035 for public comment for a 3-week period commencing after the caretaker period. And 2, request administration present a summary of public comment back to council in December 2025, along with the final waste management and resource recovery strategy 2025 to 2035. Can I have somebody to move the motion, please? Ready? Thank you, Councillor Swapper. And second? Councillor Forster Moore. Anybody against this? No. Councillor Swapper, would you like to speak to it?
No, nothing further than what I said at the public briefing. I suppose it's really great, and I just hope we get some good consultation back through the community and from relevant stakeholders.
Thank you. Councillor Waterstone-Muller, would you like to speak to it?
Just a great strategy, and yeah, it'd be great to get some public feedback from that. Thank you.
That motion is passed. Moving on to item number 13, Chief Executive Officer's reports and officer's recommendation that council notes the following information items. 13.1.1 Community Experience Update July 2025. 13.1.2 Concession on Fees for City Facilities. 13.1.3 Youth Advisory Group Updates. 13.1.4 Point Samson Insurance Plan. 13.1.5 Development Services Update. 13.1.6 Application for International Airport Status. And 13.1.7 Record of Tender Outcome under Delegation for a Low Loader Spreader Deck Trailer. Can I have someone to move the motion, please? Councillor Nunn, and second. Councillor Simpson. Is there anybody against these? No. Would you like to speak to the motion, Councillor Nunn? Thank you. No. Right, Councillor Simpson. No. That motion is passed. Okay. I'll take a few minutes.
What time? Oh, sorry. It was used for Ollie.
14 is motions of which presiding, which previous notice has been given. There are none. 15 questions of members, but of which due notice has been given. There are none. 16 urgent business approved by person presiding or by decision. If there are none, that brings us to 17, which is matters behind closed doors. So thank you for coming, Annabelle.
that the confidential matter is, yep, right. Thank you.
So the amendment on the table is that we accept 50% of the cost of the overall project. That's the amendment. Are you happy with that amendment, Councillor Johansson?
Yeah.
Did you want to make it just a specific number?
33,750.
33,750, yeah. So that will be the amended resolution.
It's an initial business case.
So do you want me to read that out? The council approved grant funding to Pilbara Game Development Pty Ltd for the amount of 33,750. So can I have somebody?
So that's already been, yeah, that's been moved and.
So we just need to take a vote on this. Yeah. Yep. So all in favour of this?
Second.
We had a move and second. Yes.
Oh, sorry, I missed it.
So, sorry, I missed the, so in favour? And against? So the amendment has not passed. So now we're back to the subset, which is that council.
Was it amount of 20?
Yes. Okay, the council approved grant funding for Pilbara Gaming Development to the sum of $20,000. So yes, so we have.
Already moved. Yes, it's already been moved and seconded.
Moved and seconded, yes, right. Yeah. So that motion has passed. So we have Councillor Johansson and Councillor Roots. And nobody against that? No. Right, so we're finished with this one.
Can we speak to that motion? So that,
Apologies. Yes, apologies, yes, of course. Councillor Johansson, do you want to speak to that motion?
No, I don't think anything else is needed to be said.
Councillor Roots, would you like to speak to that?
I really look forward to how Farlands Alpha get up and running. I'm very encouraged to see innovative minds within the city of Karratha, and I do encourage that if these numbers haven't landed where they need to be, that the business owners feel comfortable to come back and speak to us further. I appreciate what it's like to run your own business, particularly when you're a very fresh startup and it's a jungle out there. It's really, really challenging, and sometimes you need to sort of solidify your own expertise in your area, and I look forward to watching Farlands Alpha do that in their field.
Thank you, Councillor Roots. Yeah. Does anyone else like to comment on this item? That takes us to item number 18, which is closure and date of next meeting. So the next ordinary council meeting will be held on 27th of October 2025 at 6 p.m. here in Chambers.
Meeting it.
And we'll close the meeting at 6:46.
They're going to be Tuesday the 28th now. Can we just change that? It's a meeting and day on the 27th. 26th. On Tuesday the 26th.
I think we're we're proposing to move the public agenda briefing meeting to the Tuesday. And that we would then do, if we would.
The normal OCMR.
We'll, yeah, what's the process for getting new councillors? What's the word?
Swearing
In, that's what I'm trying to say. So the swearing in for councillors would be on the Tuesday, which allows us to close out the election from the previous weekend. You have the day clear, start with the swearing in, move into a public agenda meeting on the Tuesday. And then that allows our new councillors the opportunity to sit in on a discovery meeting. And then we'll have the formal council meeting the following Monday, which is that 27th of October. Is the plan. So yeah, okay. Fantastic. Thanks. Thank you, Councillor Furlong.